Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So in today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I've got a big old project pan update for you today. I have finished quite a lot of products. I have quite a lot of progress to actually show you from the first 3 months of this year. I'm so excited to be getting rid of quite a lot of these products because they have just been living on my table and I finished quite a lot of them quite early on. So this is my update. I am also going to be swapping out most of the products because honestly I'm just bored of using most of these every single day. But I have some empties, I have some pans. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the big products. So first off, I've hit pan in my highlight palette. So this is the Revolution Soph highlight palette and I wanted to hit pan in one shade and I have done that. So that is what the pan looks like. Can you see it just there? A tiny little pan, but a pan nonetheless. I'm so excited to have hit pan on that shade. I'm going to keep this in my project pan to see if I can get that pan just a little bit deeper, but so excited that I've hit pan in that one and it's going to be my goal going forward to try and get that pan a little bit bigger. Also, if you see the hair dye on my hands, I don't know what that's come from. I haven't dyed my hair today. I must have touched the bottle in my Empties thing, but I don't know what that's come from. It is just hair dye, don't worry. Next up is the blush palette, and I haven't really made any sort of noticeable progress on this one. Again, another one that I've used quite a bit, but it's not one that I have any sort of pans in or really any sort of dints in any of the pans there. I am going to be swapping this one out for something else this coming quarter. And then the eyeshadow palette. Again, I haven't really made any visible progress on this. There is a slight dint in this one, Infatuation, but other than that, there's no real progress on the eyeshadow palette. I will also say I did choose a bright eyeshadow palette. It was the NYX Brights. I got rid of that. I didn't touch it, so it's already in my declutter pile. I haven't touched that one once, I don't think, since I put it into my project pan earlier this year. And my focus this year is to just get rid of everything that's not a cruelty-free brand. NYX is owned by L'Oreal, so I'm trying to get rid of everything NYX, as you will see later on in the video when you see what products I picked to go into the following months. But I just decluttered that one. I just got rid of it out of my collection because I didn't use it. I just use my Beauty Bay ones if I want something bright. I wasn't reaching for it. It wasn't bringing me joy, so I just got rid of it. Some more empties. I used up both of these L'Oreal products. So this is the L'Oreal Glow Cherie Natural Glow Enhancer. Many years ago, I absolutely loved this because it was the only sort of base product that was like it, but now we have the Halo Glow, we have the collection filter finish. There's so many options now, and I did enjoy this one, but obviously it's L'Oreal. I did have another 2 tubes. I sold those on Vinted, so I obviously wouldn't repurchase this. I'm glad that it's out of my collection. I've just had it for too long. And then sort of the same for this one. I did enjoy it, but now I have other options that I prefer over this, and I actually think I finished this one quite early on in my project pan, and I actually think that this one was making me break out because it's so old. So another one I'm glad to have out of my collection. This is the Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream from L'Oreal. Obviously L'Oreal isn't cruelty free, so I'm glad to have that out of my collection. Then another one that I finished really early on was the concealer. So this is the Revlon Colour Stay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 concealer. I really liked this. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if Revlon is cruelty free or not. I don't know, but I wouldn't buy this again. The packaging is just awful. I wouldn't buy it again. Glad to have it out of my collection. Then another update. I think I spoke about this in my January update. My Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer broke, so I have repanned this one. I got rubbing alcohol, broke it all up, you know, did the whole thing, and I made it back into a pan, so it looks like I haven't made it looks like I've gone backwards in progress. There is less product here. Obviously I lost some when it broke, but I am glad to have this back. I do really, really like this. I will be trying to repan this one going forwards. Then there's this brow gel. So this is the XX Revolution Clear Brow Gel. This has all like completely separated in the tube now. Again, another one, I did use this a few times, but I'm just going to get rid of it now. I don't like it enough to use it now that it looks so gross. I mean, it always looked gross because it's like a clear gel, and like obviously every time you brush through your brows, it's going to like get some of that product, then put it back into the tube. Just doesn't feel right to use a liquid that's this colour on my face. Just feel like it's going to cause me problems. So I'm getting rid of that one, even though there's product left in it. I just don't want to use it anymore, so I'm getting rid. Then we have these two liquid liners. So these are the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte liquid liner. I've got the black one and the brown one. Obviously you can't see the progress on these, but these are like completely dried up now, so getting rid of these ones. I have other liquid liners that I'm putting in instead of those. I'll get to those. Then I've used up two mascaras. We have the Maybelline Go Colossal Extreme and the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Again, Maybelline is owned by L'Oreal, so glad to have these out of my collection, and I'm swapping out some more mascaras. Then the Collection Incredibrow brow pencil, that is literally all of the products that I have left. I've made really, really good progress on this one, so I am keeping this one in for now. I'm also adding in some others. Honestly, I think I have about a week left in that. Then I have the Revolution Fix and Glow Setting Spray. I mean, it looks like there's still some product in the bottom, but I can't get it out. Like, the spray is like not doing anything anymore. I did like this setting spray. It's not my favourite. I prefer other ones, and I don't generally use a setting spray on an everyday basis, so glad to have that one out of my collection. And then I did add this one in after I started my project pan, so this wasn't in like my initial like video. This is the Studio London You Do You Face Gloss. I have just been using this like on my lips, like applying it like a lip balm before I do my makeup, so I'm going to keep it in my project pan box to try and get some more use out of it. Honestly, this will like outdate me, I am sure, because there's so much product in this. It is basically just Vaseline. I don't know who would put this on their face. I don't. That's not how I use it. I do just use it on my lips before I go in with something else. So that is all of the products out of the original lineup, all of the products that I'm getting rid of. I'm so excited to chuck these in my empties bin. I'm going to hopefully do like a roundup at the end of the year. Whenever my bin gets full, I will do a roundup of all of the products that are empty. But let's move on to the products that I'm going to use moving forward. So starting with the base products, I'm going to be getting rid of the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant foundation. I really don't have much of this left. It's a very light tube now. I've tried to like squeeze all of the products out so that we can see how much is in there. There's really not a lot. Another one, NYX is owned by L'Oreal, so just trying to use up all of those products. And the same for the concealer. This is the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. Really, really like this concealer, but just won't use it on my channel because it's not a cruelty-free one. So that is like the base products. I feel like I'm going to get progress on those really, really quickly. So then obviously I'm keeping in my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer to try and repan that one, but I'm also putting this one in so that I've got options. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Matte Bronzer. I have been trying to use this up like off camera, trying to use this up, desperately trying to get a pan on it. I feel like I'm probably quite close. Like there is a sizable dip in the center of this, but hopefully one of the two bronzers will get a pan in them in like a couple of months time. Then for blush, I'm putting in this one. So obviously I'm trying to like get rid of things that are from non-cruelty free brands. I'm also trying to get rid of things that are old, and that's why I'm putting this one in. So this is the Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. I love this. I've just had it in my collection too long. It needs using up like this summer, like it needs to be used up. This is in the shade Summer Rose. I really like this formula. I love a liquid blush. Obviously you can see like 7 tubes of liquid blush behind me. I do really like this one. I just need to like have it out so that I use it more, and I'm hoping that this will make me do that. The same for this one, the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This is in the shade Natural Glow. This is not a blush on me. This is like a glowy blush topper slash hybrid sort of a thing. I've been trying to use this more over the last like couple of weeks since I hit pan on this thing. I've been trying to like also start work on this one, so I'm excited to see how much progress I can make on that. Obviously I made very quick progress with the butter bronzer, and then it broke and I didn't use it for like a month and a half, and now I've like stuck it back together again and I am using it again, but hopefully I'll get quite a bit of progress on this too. Then for brows, I'm obviously keeping that collection one, but there's really not a lot in that, so I've also picked out this one. This is the Revolution Brow Duo in brown, and that is how much product I have left in that pencil. So hopefully between the two of them I can finish off the collection one and then get started on this one. Then I'm not picking an eyeshadow palette. I struggle so badly focusing like my attention on one palette. I would rather just not give myself a palette and just have the freedom to use whatever I want, and hopefully at some point I will hit pan in one of the shades, but I am going to try and get through 2 eyeliners. Now this is the 17 Eye Flicks pen. This is an awful eyeliner, but I'm desperate to use it up so that it's not a waste of my money, and I'm trying to like keep it stood upright, not upright, like pointing down, so that the liquid actually goes into the thing so that I can actually use it. It's awful, it smudges, it transfers, but if I just do like along the lash line and don't try and do a wing, if I'm just trying to like define the lash line a little bit, it does its job. It's not good though, do not buy it. I am desperately trying to get rid of that one. And then this is the Barry M Double Dimension Double-Ended Shadow and Liner. The shadow end of this is awful, it does absolutely nothing, but there is like a brown liquid liner on the other end, so I'm trying to use that up. I have honestly used this like 4 times, but the liner is very good. The shadow is awful, it just blends out into absolutely nothing. I mean, it's a pretty enough colour in the tube, but it just blends out into nothing, so I don't use it, but the liner I will use. Then I have 2 mascaras that I'm going to try and work my way through. I've got another Lash Sensational. I love this stuff, it's just not cruelty free, so I don't ever want to like use it on my channel. The same for this one, the L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara. I really like it, but it's just firstly not cruelty free, and also I've had these in my collection for way too long, like they need to go. And then lastly I've picked out this lipstick. So this is the Kiko Milano Creamy Lipstick in the shade 01, and I think I have used this like a handful of times. I really like it. There is so much product left, like if I can make even a tiny bit of progress on this I will be thrilled, and I do really like the colour. It feels beautiful. I can't remember off the top of my head if Kiko is cruelty free or not, but I want to just be using this through because I've had it for way too long. I mean, I did that Kiko haul last January. I need to use this up. So that is all of the products that I am going to focus on coming into the spring, or the end of spring and summer. I mean, technically I suppose it is British summertime now, not that the weather outside would tell me that, but that is everything that I'm using going forward. I always just want to like disclose at this point, I don't do a project pan and like stop buying things. I can't stop myself from buying things. I do still buy them. This is just me trying to focus on products to use them up. So I'm not on like a spending ban. I do still spend, but I do still buy new products. But this is me trying to like focus on just a few products to try and get them used up, to get them out of my collection, because otherwise I would just use everything once and then buy new, because that's the kind of person that I am. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're doing a project pan as well and how your progress has been for the first 3 months of this year. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye!